How do you feel about the course and other things? Because you had DevOps course also with me in the past
Yes.
in October month. Then later on you joined after knowing all these things for AWS Solution Architect Associate course. We
I,
have spent more than a month as of now.
yes.
So would you please answer these questions because so many inquiries I'm getting through Facebook and LinkedIn. People are asking me multiple times questions. I am finding very tough to answer to each of them in the messages. So
Okay.
that this way it helps me to shoot this video posting link. That's all. If they are interested, they can come back and discuss with me right away.
Okay.
That will help me also.
Yeah.
So please take these questions one by one and answer your feelings right away, whether
Mhm.
it is positive or negative feedback.
Okay.
And you can also tell your background, what all you worked so far, and how did you feel the conversion of this training or mentoring, coaching, all possible ways we have done it. Those how did you help in each of these?
Okay.
Uh,
So my background is like I have been into 9.6 plus years as a application server admin.
mhm.
In the initial years, it was WebSphere application server admin. Later on, we have moved to our own application server, wherein we just deploy our application on Linux machines and Windows machines earlier, and now
Mhm.
it's purely Linux machines.
Hmm.
So the currently and regarding your questions, like what did you expect from my course before joining?
Hmm.
I expected to be in a place where I can, if somebody asks me to move to AWS and work on it, or like move an infra to AWS, or like pull up the VPCs or whatever it is, like EC2 or S3, whatever it is.
Hmm.
So I should be able to do that, and I'm pretty comfortable right now. Like as per the labs and as per the questionnaire, like I'm able to do at least some basic tasks, so that like going on ahead, like and by the completion of the course, maybe I will be able to complete everything, and I'll be very much in a place where I can do it just on a go instead of going back and forth, looking at things in a different way.
Okay.
And the material and the explanation, the second and third questions are like I feel the material is pretty good, because like I'm also checking for the materials online, and I feel it mostly comparable to the AWS, the present AWS mechanism which is going on. So and also the explanation is pretty good, like it is up to the market standard, and understanding it is easy, and like the way you map it to the real-time scenarios, and like how to do things in different way rather than the conventional way, and everything, it is pretty good actually. So
Oh, okay.
that
Hmm.
will be easy going ahead for me.
Okay. So you mean to say whatever services we have been discussing
Right.
it is mapped to particular architecture samples, and with that you will be able to catch up there and draw a
Yes,
diagram in the live projects conversion.
true. Because as per your chapter wise question practice, let's say like since you are asking me for VPC conversion, like how to move a traditional banking infra to AWS.
Hmm.
And currently, financial institutions are the ones which never went for a cloud-based service, because they always thought of the security and some other reasons.
Hmm.
But it's more or moving to that. Like, if I can do that, I will be able to just go into the bank, and like maybe the next institute, next company, they can
Hmm.
ask me like, okay, fine, we are trying to move our infra to AWS. I can just suggest, okay, fine.
Hmm.
This is a way it can be done through VPC, and like what are all the subnets that need to be done,
Hmm.
and the base subnets are mapped, and like how the after 24 like 5 are used for AWS and everything. So can just map it like that, and just find or deploying an application on the AWS EC2 instance. I can just connect it to through the VM, or like maybe the Linux terminal, and then from there like going to the downloads path or somewhere where I can get those files and just like zoom deploy. That's it. So that is good for me actually.
Oh, okay. So comparatively with the traditional methods, this saves a lot of time for you.
Right, true.
Okay. Okay. Then fifth one is you answered already, right? About the
Yes,
job experience, you
yes,
gained
yes,
it.
yes, yeah.
So let us say if any uh, newcomer joins for this course without having exposure with cloud technology or cloud services. And now, after completion of this course, or maybe after a few days, we will be able to complete this, sign up for the, close this course, right?
Yeah.
By that time, how you can claim yourself the confidence level of the experience? I'm
Right.
not asking you in the market a lot of fake
Right.
profiles are there. I'm not
Right.
comparing it, which I
Mhm.
am against of that. But in
Yeah.
live guy, your traditional experience conversion into AWS, how many years of experience you might have got through these discussions or one-on-one discussions?
3+ years for sure, because like, see, like, even if the beauty of the cloud is like it isn't meant for experienced guys or a professional, like, and a fresher guy. It's
Mm.
like a raw material wherein like you just use your brains, and you just put in your time and efforts, and you will
Mm.
be able to get through it. It doesn't mean you just have to have a work experience to work on it, plus for sure. So it's all like interlinked. So once you feel like, okay, fine, like you are at least 3 or 4+ years experience guy, you can say like, okay, fine, my earlier experience was in application server, then when they were moving to cloud, I was there, and I took care of that took care of the migration. And if we put that in resume, that will obviously add up to our profile, and say like, okay, fine, this guy also knows the cloud technologies and also knows the conventional method. So it will be easy, like he knows how to bridge the gap, like how to uh, let's say like how to clear the gap between this, like in a traditional and the cloud based infra, and then like how he can move our infra to the cloud, and how he can manage instead of managing a data center. It is easy to have it in the cloud actually. So in
Let
that,
us say, okay, okay, please carry on. Yeah, if you have something.
yeah, in that way, like it will be easy, like at least if you know what is going on, like that will always be easy to mold the things or understand the things in the way the management wants actually.
Okay, let us say if your company gives some kind of additional tasks to you. By
Mhm.
many of the companies, what they are doing in global IT is partially they are taking activities of conversion into cloud, whether AWS or Azure or Google Cloud or Alibaba, those top-notch services providers, right?
Right.
So if they give you AWS related activities or tasks, what is your confidence level to convince your management? How you are
I'm
going?
pretty confident right now, like if you want me to, since we are completed till VPC, so if they want me to move to like EC2 missions, then we have to bring up like 10 or 15 EC2 missions for at once, like so that we can they wanted to move the application from huge database to here. So I
Mm.
can just go to auto scaling and EC2 and auto scaling, and like we can just paste there
Mm.
and see like how many services can be running at a point of time.
Mm.
Or like then after that, like after maybe 1 or 2 months, like if they don't want it, we can just auto scale and use it according to the load. So I'm confident with that. VPC, yes, I'm trying to gain more knowledge on that, and the subnets, and yes, the security also, like S3 bucket, how you make your page global, like let's just say like you're opening a admin console page or something like that, which has to be global. You
Mm.
just place it there, and if you give the permissions, that particular users can use it. Or if it
Mm.
is global, like anybody using that page should get the link, yes, they will get that. So I'm confident with that too. And CRR, obviously the replication, because like since huge databases need the replication domain, like so that even if one thing is down, the other is we can get the data from other, and place the table on top of that, and then just move it. So obviously replication CRR is always better to have it too.
Oh, okay. It means you could compare your live activities also very clearly with these
Yes,
services explanation,
yes, yes,
with the scenarios mapping also.
right.
Okay, so let us say if your I'm not saying in reality, but in reality it depends on the company planning all
Yes,
these things
yes,
for cloud technology and making the roles.
yes,
Now, if your company says, are you willing to take up the cloud architect role? Okay, in the market, a lot of crunch is there for
yes,
AWS resources.
right.
One is a lot of people are unaware of this. Another thing is due to lack of awareness for the sysadmin guys, what course, how the course, what kind of guidance need to be taken in the industry, they are not aware. In such cases, the management is having lack of training possibilities also for their resources in the industry. I observed from my experiences.
Okay.
In such case, if they say, Harsha, can you take a cloud architect role? If you are going to take cloud architect role, what are the things we are supposed to do in our organization initially? What are the steps? So can you please give some kind of thought process, what all you have visibility for
Yeah.
an organization?
Yes. Like if they want to move to cloud, the first thing an architect needs to ask is like, what are they expecting exactly? Like the whole thing to be moved to cloud, or some of the resources to be on cloud,
Mm.
while the other resources are on ground, and then like there is a bridge between these two wherein the communication happens with the cloud-based tools and the like the live-based tools.
Mm-hmm.
We need to map around. That's the first and foremost required. Like, and what are the looking at? Like, it is a for like the most secured scenario they are looking at, or like some exceptions for users, and like if yes, what is the users they are trying to take get it, like to S3 bucket or IAM roles they are going to assign or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm.
let's say like if they wanted to have use auto scaling or like CloudFront or CloudWatch.
Mm.
Auto scaling is to like they wanted all servers to be running all the time, or like is it okay fine at a given point of time, like at least this many servers has to run, and the
Mm.
rest can be on a backup mode, and once one is down, the we can use the ELB so that it will just bring up the other next server online while the one server goes off, so
Mm.
that the application keeps running at any given point of time. That we can do mostly. And then like since most of the deployments are on application servers, we can just download the files and just place it in the downloads folder, and we can just unpatch it, unzip it, and like maybe upgrades and everything will be done in as if it doesn't need to take don't have to shut down the server to make the changes. It's like just stop it and start it, and the changes will get affected, so that it doesn't need a lot of time to either moderate the things or like upgrade the things actually.
So in that case, you have visibility. If your
Yes,
organization says incrementally by using agile methods,
right.
they want to convert into AWS
Yes,
stage by stage. You have
right.
a thought process, you have a vision, and you have a planning also to design
Yes,
the cloud services.
yes.
Let us say in such situation, if they have given you some freshers, two fresher guys are there in the in your team now. Two
Okay.
people were given
Uh-huh.
to start the work. They
Okay.
have been trained on the AWS technical things, like what you know, what are the things required. Now, what are the plans you have to utilize that resources as a cloud project management activity,
Okay.
basically.
Mm. So yes, like if they give me the freshers, I'll first tell them like uh, what is the scenario, like what is the need of the management, like what we have to do exactly, and what they're expecting from us. So according to that, like I will be planning a weekly meeting, and like saying like this is our target for this week, and
Mm-hmm.
then we have to complete based on this. Like once every week, like every 3 days, I will be able to take okay fine till what we are there. Like it's, let's say if I have to do a 10%, at least we are done till 5% or 6%. If not, like what is the issue,
Mm-hmm.
and how we are going to fix it. And if you face issues like, let's say like yesterday when we were trying to delete the VPC, it was not getting deleted because it was dependent on some subnet, and
Mm-hmm.
when the subnet was going to be deleted, it was dependent on the instance.
Mm-hmm.
And when while the instance was terminated, we have to check for the what do you say, this disk group actually. So
Mm-hmm.
which was intern, like once we deleted that, it was gone. So that's where I will look at like each and every step, say okay fine, like if it is done, do we
Mm-hmm.
have backup plan for that too,
Mm-hmm.
and if yes, what is the backup plan,
Mm-hmm.
and if something goes wrong, like okay fine, what is the rollback plan or whatever. We can do that like that, and then step by step implementation, not just in one go. These are the requirements, these are
Mm-hmm.
what needed. Like let's say first we have to get the EC2 employ instance online, then we have to deploy some DevOps tool or something like that, and if that has to be done, okay fine, what are the tools that needs to be done, do we have them in handy? And if not, like where can we download them from? And then once it is installed, like how are we going to run to the next level? That is where the picture comes in.
Right. Now let us say you have the plan of guiding the resources also on troubleshooting methods.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
That's where you discussed it.
Yeah.
So basically, troubleshooting is more required in these areas. As a
Yeah.
sysadmin guy, and
Yes.
of course, cloud engine, they'll be working as a cloud system
Yes.
engineers, right?
Yes.
The resources given to you. Now you are in the role of cloud architect, so you are
Yes.
going to review their work technically.
Right.
All right. Okay. I think it sounds very good. I am very glad to know that confidence level. Now, finally, seventh and eighth questions and ninth also, you please answer it to close this session.
Yeah. I'm trying to give my exam as soon as I'm done with the course within 1 week or 10 days so that I don't get out of the feeling after 10 days or 2 weeks like, okay, fine, let me give the course later. No, if it is done, like it is better if you can do it as soon as possible, wherein you will come to know the scenarios. Like you will be able to also, once you're done with your certification, you will get time to look at what is a requirement in the current market and what is requirement in the current scenario in companies, and we can plan according to that.
Okay. Let us say for a newcomer, weekly, how many hours apart from our regular classes you are advising them to have their study hours for this course?
At least like 10 hours per week for sure, because like EC2 and S3 are small, but when we go to VPC or the bigger subjects like WordPress or getting the
ELBs, all
yes,
yeah.
yes. So those need some time. So we have to concentrate more on those parts. And EC2 is a small part. And if you have to, in organization, it doesn't ask you to go with T2 micro, which is a standard
Right.
EC2. Because
Live
yeah,
setup is
live things
required.
different requested. So we also have to be in a place where we can see, like if we choose a T2 micro instead or T2 nano or T3 M3 medium, like what is the scenario with the of the RAM that has to be given or the space that has to be given to that instance and everything like that. So we have to be in that scenario, like wherein we can map everything and plan according to that.
Okay. So with this, anything finally you want to say, like any more thing so added to this?
Mm. Yeah, it all depends on how concentrated we are and like how much time we are willing to spend. Actually, it's not like uh, after the class it's done. Okay, fine, the class is done. We also have to, we also just need to check the blogs or go online and see material for any material and cross verify everything, like so that we can have something handy and then log into AWS console to practice. Practice makes it perfect more. Like it will be easy to get in hands only when you practice. Other than that, like we can't do a thing.
I'll put one scenario. Many people are thinking the more questions if they practice, that is enough to get into the get through the exam. Is it right?
No, like until and unless you are practicing yourself on a day-to-day basis, just instead of the questions, if you also log into the console to see how things are going on, like you never know the same if it works the same way in the lab, like because we had issues, right? Like bringing some servers up, or like yesterday when the
Yeah.
instances were not,
Troubleshooting issues.
yeah. So until and unless you know the troubleshooting, it's not easy to just go and clear the exam, because like there will also be questions on troubleshooting, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, so until you practice, it won't be easy to just go and write the exam without
So you
practicing.
mean to say this exam is not like other exams? They follow dumps and go and write the exam and pass the exam.
No, 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 this is not like that.
So you are little bit against of that policy. The people tendency is I want to use n number of dumps from the internet and practice it and go and try for the exam. So you feel like the basics need to be learned from lab as well as from the documentation.
Right. See,
So
if they
how?
do it like that, if they take the dumps and go write an exam, okay, fine. Like, let's say he goes for the interview, they will ask, okay, fine, what was the troubleshooting technique you use when you get an error like this? And if it doesn't answer, like, then what is the use of just taking the dumps and writing the exam?
Okay, how did you feel this reading and confidence level of understanding the AWS documentation, online documentation for each scenario?
Yeah, I felt it good because like right now, even if they ask me in between or something like, okay, fine, I wanted to run an EC2 machine, like I can just say, okay, fine, this is what you have to do, or S3 bucket, and how they can make like I did the image URL public, and you can see that too. So I will do it the same way. Like, and if they ask me, like, okay, fine, what is the role that you're asking for? Like, let's say I don't want access to this person, or like access to that person. Like, I will say, like, okay, fine. You can just give you access to the Amazon user, like with permission, stating like he can only read the file or view the file and not the write the file, and then he will be able to do that. Like, I can do that. So going on, maybe like in the after once I'm thorough VPC, I will be able to even tell that like, okay, fine. If you're trying to do something in VPC, okay, this is what we have to do. Like I can do that.
So basically, you are able to guide the people through the AWS documentation also to your team members what to do first step 1, 2, 3, 4 like that.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you mean to say those documentation whatever we went through for your labs, they are going to be used in the live also in your projects.
Right.
Okay, okay. That's all I think. Do you have any other questions or anything in this call before closing it?
No, no, like
Okay, okay.
this. Right.
I'm very glad to know that within the short time of this course, I mean, these sessions are attended by you through me, and thanks for giving these responses, positive responses. So the fair responses, I can say.
I know, like I'm. If I didn't feel anything is good, I would have told that. So since I know what is coming to me and what I can do from that, so I'm always glad for that.
Okay, thank you very much.